You are still worthy anyway. You are still valuable anyway. You deserve love anyway. And who's gonna love you more or better than yourself? Hello, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back. Today we're jumping back into the topic of PCOS. I really wanted to kind of be a little bit more transparent, not just for me personally, but just my beliefs in a sense. I don't know. This video I just kind of wanted to talk about being confident and maintaining your confidence and not getting so down on yourself when you have PCOS. It's bad enough. We as women already have a hard time being confident with all of the beauty standards and mom shaming and just looking down on one another for various aspects, and having to not only meet the standards of other women, but meet the standards of men too. So we're already beating ourselves up confidence wise. But when you have PCOS, it's just so easy to just feel inadequate, and nobody should feel like that. So let's talk about it. First things first, yes, I am in a robe. No, I am not doing another lingerie video. I genuinely just didn't feel like getting dressed. I took a shower. I washed my hair. I look like a wet dog. But I don't care. I didn't feel like getting dressed, and this robe makes me feel pretty. So I wore it. So the first thing I do want to say, and this might rub some people the wrong way, so I'm going to try to say it the best way that I can. Your value as a woman, your worth, should never be based on someone else. And that might sound really obvious or it's easy to agree with, but we do it all the time. And I made a TikTok about this, but I need to be clearer, okay? You are not more valuable by becoming somebody's wife. You are not more valuable by being somebody's mother. Your value is based on you. You determine what your value is. You determine what your worth is. You don't suddenly become more of a woman because you're a wife. And that sounds so obvious, but how many times do you hear women go, "Oh, I'm somebody's wife. Oh, I can't do that because I'm somebody's wife." Or "I'm married now." Or they talk down on another woman for not being able to keep a man. You know, those types of things. And it's we say we don't place our value on men, and yet we do little things like that. We say things like that. Men aren't walking around talking about, "Oh, I'm somebody's husband." Men don't do that. So why do we do that? For what? And don't get me wrong, I think marriage is a beautiful thing, but it doesn't change your value as a person. I love my husband. He's my favorite person. But it does not change your value as a person. My value is not raised because he is my husband or I am his wife. The same way my value is not less because I'm not a mother and I don't have children yet. Those things do not dictate my value. I know that it's so easy, especially when you have fertility issues or you're feeling insecure about your appearance, to be harder on yourself because maybe you're not in a relationship and that's not seeming to work out for you, or maybe you're having fertility problems and you can't conceive, so you're feeling like less of a woman. Cut all that out. Your value as a woman, as a human being, is not determined by somebody else's life. Only yours. By the way, if anybody is wondering, I got this robe from Target. It is almost a full length. It goes down past my knees and it has a little slit on the side. It's real cute, real cute. I wore this all day on my birthday and I just felt so luxurious. So now that I have vented a little bit, let's get into some insecurities that you may have if you have PCOS. And again, this could be true for many women, not just women with PCOS. But if you have PCOS, we talking to each other, okay? PCOS in its simplest form is a hormone imbalance, right? And when your hormones are all out of whack, your body, your mind, everything else is out of whack. By the way, if you haven't seen my video on how hormones affect your PCOS, I will link it right up here so you can go check that out. There might be some hormones in there that you have either never heard of or didn't realize were affecting your PCOS and possibly making your symptoms worse. So go check out that video. But anyways, when your hormones are out of whack, it can cause other things to be out of whack. Things that you literally can't control, like how your brain is thinking. So you can find yourself falling into anxiety and depression and just overall having a low self-esteem just because your hormones are out of whack. And that at that point, you're losing control of how your brain is thinking about yourself because of your actual brain chemistry just not being balanced the way that it should be. So even though at any given moment you might not fully be in control about how you're feeling about yourself, the first step to overcoming that is acknowledging it. Call yourself out, sis. Okay? Call yourself out. Just give yourself a minute to wonder, like, why am I doing that to myself? If you find yourself in the mirror nitpicking at all of your flaws or all of your imperfections, anything that you're insecure about, catch yourself and go, okay, why are you doing this? Obviously you're doing it. Obviously you're, being hard on yourself. Why? And even if you don't understand why in the moment, noticing it is the first step. Because from there, then you can try to take steps to combat it. Obviously, we have our insecurities. I catch myself in the mirror picking at my little hairs and, my acne, stuff like that. You probably can't see it because I've got some natural lighting in here, but, it's there. Y'all see it. Not trying to hide it. I didn't even have the energy to put makeup on today. I won't even say I didn't have the energy. I didn't feel like it. I'm having a good day today. My hair, it doesn't look crazy. My hair doesn't look as crazy as it normally does when I wash it. My skin doesn't look as bad as it could. I'm not feeling too bad today. I'm having a good day. If you're having a hard time and you notice that you do, give yourself the day. Okay? Give yourself the day. You know that you're not feeling your best. Give yourself the day to just get over it. Work through it. Feel sorry for yourself if you need to for the rest of the day. That's fine. But when you wake up the next morning, none of that. We're not doing that. And the night before, you should be taking steps to prepare yourself for the next day to have a better day. Some things that I do is I do a little bit extra with my skincare. Maybe it's your acne that's bothering you and you just can't seem to get past it. Do a little extra with your skincare. Do some things that are going to alleviate your skin. It's not going to go away overnight, obviously, but you can make it a little bit less painful. Maybe you're overdoing it and you need to just calm your skin down. Your skin might be frustrated with you. Okay? Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Maybe hair growth is the issue. Do a little extra plucking the night before. Anything that makes you feel good, whether it's having a cup of tea or doing a little bit extra with your skincare, or maybe wearing some cute pajamas, or pulling your hair up so it doesn't look a hot mess when you wake up in the morning. One of the things that has surprisingly made me feel better in the morning when I wake up is having on earrings. I don't typically sleep in earrings, but I fell asleep in my studs and I woke up and I felt a little bit prettier. I felt a little bit nicer. You need to feel special. When you're being hard on yourself, do the things that make you feel special. special. So I got up, I took a shower, I washed my hair, and instead of getting dressed, because I didn't feel like getting dressed, I put on this pretty robe, and I've got my earrings in, and I feel deserving. And that's how you should feel. You should feel deserving. So when you catch yourself not feeling like you deserve, just make a note of it. Make a mental note. Give yourself the day. And then do more. Another thing that you should do when you catch yourself being hard on yourself is explore it. And I know that sounds counterproductive. You don't want to go too deep into your insecurities or your flaws. But explore it, because you're already giving it space in your mind. You might as well navigate it. When I'm hard on myself, it's normally because I'm dwelling on my skin, my acne, or the hair growth, or maybe I had a day or two where my weight fluctuated a little bit. I don't have huge problems with my weight, but some days my clothes fit a little tighter than others, and I'm just not feeling my best. At those times, I have to stop and think about, what have I been doing to help myself? Have I been doing things to help myself through those things? Have I been eating the things that I should be eating? Have I been exercising? Not gonna lie, I don't exercise as much as I should. Have I been stressed about something? I know you probably are tired of hearing, not to stress, but stress management is important. Acknowledging things that stress you out is important. Those are things that lead to a whole bunch of mess. Stress and PCOS do not like each other. So if something's stressing you out, figure it out. You might just need to talk about it. If it's a close friend or family member, or maybe even a therapist or a counselor, you might need to talk about it. You'd be surprised how pent-up stress shows itself in your body, even if you don't have PCOS. Holding on to stress, even just not talking about something that's stressing you out, will show itself in your skin, in your hair, in your weight, in your mood, like the way that you talk to people. It comes out. So instead of holding it in and letting it force itself out another way, you control it and you let your stress out in a way that's productive to you. When you recognize that you are being hard on yourself, at that point you need to be able to see your flaws and love them anyway. You have to have compassion for yourself. Even on my good days, I still have acne on my chin, and I can have a good day and then have a breakout the very next day. The hair, even after an electrolysis appointment, I still have other hair to deal with. We take so much time and put so much effort into loving other people past their flaws, but we don't do that for ourselves. What we're not going to do is use PCOS as an excuse to love ourselves less. And what we're also not going to do is compare and contrast other people's insecurities to ours, to make ours seem worse, to make ourselves more flawed. Why are we competing? And even me making this video, it's difficult because I know that someone somewhere is going to say, but your symptoms aren't as bad as mine. Your PCOS isn't as bad as mine. This isn't about me. This isn't about anyone else. This is about you as an individual loving yourself. My problems, my symptoms, my flaws have nothing to do with how you view yourself. Honestly, when it comes to just loving yourself more and being more confident in yourself, it really is just mindfulness. You have to be aware of it and then take the necessary steps to combat it. I have my bad days too, sis. I have days where I feel terrible. And I don't feel attractive. I don't feel pretty. I don't feel worthy. I feel like my body is just working against me. I have those days. But I am not. I just refuse. I refuse to let it dictate how I feel about myself. If you were able to sit through my rambling, my venting, my lecturing you on how to feel better about yourself, thank you. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.